Hi, my name is Abiodun Salami, Director of Hois.
Hi, my name is Olusola Awonola, Head of Internal Audit at BudPay. We'll be discussing implications of tax laws on SMEs in Nigeria.
Tax laws in Nigeria. I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Not so much, but very highlighted, pointed out questions. So when you say laws on SMEs tax, in a nutshell, what's company law like? What's company income tax like? What's it about?
Okay, so the company income tax has to do with it helps you to pay tax on your profits. That's the company's profit at the end of the year. And it gives you guidelines as to what to be charged and what you should look out for in such a way that your tax liability can be reduced at the end of the year.
End of the year.
Yeah.
Right. So for a small business, how does this benefit a small business? Like directly benefit us, like small businesses?
Yeah, there are a lot of benefits when it comes to SMEs. So the first thing that is key for an SME is to ensure that year 2026, anyone you're going to deal with must first be registered, must be tax registered. So if that person, if the vendor or the supplier is not registered or have a tax registration, it's pretty difficult for you to do business with such ones. If not, you'll be shooting yourself in the leg because of the fines.
Now let's digress a little bit. I'm a fashion designer, right? I own a fashion store. A client comes into my store and buys a piece, let's say 20K, buys a piece, picks it, pays in cash or transfers, and leaves. I have to now go back to now the tax app and input that client and said, oh, so and so person bought shirt 20,000 naira, so that I will not be taxed inappropriately for that transaction.
Yeah, so what this new tax law brings to board is it helps for proper documentation and accurate recording. So when those things are properly imputed, you may likely be seen to be charged just the exact fee that you need to charge, you need to be charged with. So that is why it's key for you to document every transaction going forward.
Okay. So there's something flying around.
Okay.
There's I don't want to call it a rumor because it's actually real, right? Now with the whole limited liability companies and business names, if you have a limited liability company, if you go beyond the threshold of 100 million, then you'll be charged like tax. If you're a business name, you're below 100 million, you'll be taxed. Like it's not clear enough. It's not making us understand what it means to be in a limited liability and what it means to be in a business name and how will you be taxed where that is concerned.
Okay, so there are different structures and different types when it comes to business. So there's the enterprise. There's enterprise business, which is a sole proprietorship or a partnership. However, there is also the limited liability company. So for each of those buckets, they have their requirements. Now, if you are operating, before now, we're told that anything below 25 million will be free, will be exempt from tax. However, I think there is a twist to it now that it has to be upgraded to 100 million. Now, what it means is that because when I even saw that, the first documentation that came out, it's very easy for people to make 25 million now. So it's better to capture that. So what it does for the economy is that it helps capture small businesses. And also there is a greater enforcement that will be going on by 2026. It's not business as usual because they want everybody to be in that bucket in such a way that we can track and trail every transaction's being done within the country.
Wow.
So, and that is why everybody must know what you are into. If I want to be a small business enterprise, let me stay within my space and run there. So if you're running to be a limited liability, you can also just stay within that space.
Within this space.
However, when it comes to tax liability, if you are registered, it helps you because there are also some exemptions. that you could get by being registered. One, like I was saying the earlier time, is to make sure that anyone you are doing business with, it could just be a little supply. No matter how big or how small that contract is, that person must be registered. Because you must be able to charge your withholding tax and your VAT.
Wow.
Withholding tax is at source. So when that is done, it helps you to use that receipt or what we call the credit note to reduce your liability at the end of the year when you are filing for your tax payments. And also, it helps you to be able to hold the other person accountable, unlike before. And nobody will say, oh, sorry, there is nothing on the invoice. So that's why now it will be, there's something we call joint liability between between the payer and the receiver. So you giving out the contract and the person supplying you. So there is a joint responsibility that you can't say, oh, I don't know, there's nothing there. So it makes everybody now to be very conscious of what you're doing. Even when it comes to contract agreements, you have to be careful. So in drafting your contract, there must be some clauses that would be there to let you know that before payment is made, we must ensure that your withholding tax will be deducted. It could be at gross or it could be at net. So at gross means that the withholding tax is inclusive. At net, it means withholding tax is being deducted. So all these things, people must come to the understanding of what this thing means and what it means for them. So this is where we are.
So more like taking us back to the classroom.
Exactly.
Go and learn back your accounting.
Exactly. And it's practice. By experience, you'll be able to have knowledge, full grasp of what you're meant to do. That's just what it is.
Fair enough. It's well, let's say, okay, let me give you an example. For the unlearned people, the ones that are they're not, for lack of better word, they're not necessarily about knowing what money is used for or what's not used for. What they care about is, I have money coming to my business, I'm making money, I have made 20 million today and stuff like that. How is the government going to prepare them for what's coming? Because it's one thing to say, I want to tax you. It's another thing to understand what I'm being taxed for. Obviously, you're not a government official, but at least like a bit of what's going on the ground.
Exactly.
Are they trying to make people aware of these things?
Yeah, that's a very good question because the first thing is awareness is key.
Very key.
And then when you see this government and the chairperson driving this tax reform, you will see that it's been deliberate.
Yes.
And if you go on social media, if you go on LinkedIn, if you go on any tweets, you will see tax reforms coming up. So what it means is for the so-called an average person or unschooled, what you need is to find a way or get people that could help you. Some cannot even read and write.
Yeah.
So that is why you need to get someone that can help interpret the laws to you. And based on that, you will see a lot of traction when it comes to the business.
So indirectly, what you're just saying is that businesses should just be accountable for themselves.
Yeah.
Go learn more, understand more, and...
Exactly. Just acquire more knowledge.
Okay. Now, down to the main dices in this tax audit. Are businesses going to be audited by themselves? Or we have external auditors coming in and saying, oh, I want to audit your business, it's time to pay?
That's a wonderful one. Okay, so there are two ways to it. The first one is there is what we call the digital filing. So as the business is going on, as transactions are going on, you can file in, you can impute some of these transactions on the platform that has been provided by government.
Okay.
At the same time, when such is done, you can also audit yourself even before you can do self-audits even before the government comes. Now, there is normal filing. After filing, there is a time for audit when the Federal Inland Revenue people comes to assess and do all the evaluation they have to do and all the checks. But one thing, the pretty thing here is even by sitting, they can do your audit remotely by sitting in their office. And reason being that because most of the things you have to file is already online. You're already complying. So it brings easy access. It makes it to be simpler. And it makes audit very transparent. So you can easily know what are meant to be paid. And the fines too will be there.
That's also under where I'm coming to, the fines, right? Yeah. We have possibly over 8,000 businesses.
Yeah.
Over 8,000 businesses. And these are not limited liability companies. These are small businesses, right? Racking in 25 million, 30 million, 40 million, 50 million every year, right? How is the system ready to counter the ones that are not complying? Because at the end of the day, if it's big, it's a big operation. It's easy to find out that this is who's not complying. But one Ola and Sons or one Chikobe and somebody or one small company somewhere is just cracking the money, but not really putting in the amount of money they are putting on the system. You said you have a system that tracks and you can audit from their platform. What if I am not putting in everything I am selling on the platform? How do you get to know if I am meeting the target or I'm not meeting the target?
Yeah, there are a lot of people that may still try to evade tax. However, the quantity will not, the quantum of those people won't be as much as it used to be. Because that is why registration is key for every business owner. Now they track you to even the bank. They have access to your bank accounts. They can get it through your NIE, through your BVN. Everything is there. It's all linked together. They can even pull all your accounts in various banks. Now, when there are suspicious transactions, what I mean by suspicious transaction is if you're a business owner, you already have a business name. And they see transactions coming by cash debit, cash savings, coming to deposit cash in frequently like that, or there are things going on within there will be movements in your account. So such movements calls for concern. They have to drill in to be able to evaluate or assess what those transactions are meant for. So you see them send you a mail to say, kindly explain, we noticed this transaction. Kindly explain what you are doing, what this transaction is meant for, and all that. So from your explanation, if it's not clear enough, then they will get to know that there's something fishy, and they will be forced to come to the company because the name is already there. So it's a whole lot. However, somebody in a jovial way now told us that very soon the economy may be going back to the previous where cash is being held at homes when people are not even ready to
let go of their
do
money.
Online transactions again. So people now do cash. Unlike bank. Today, even to pay for transport, people have to transfer. Let me transfer money to you. But a time coming that people may now begin to
Go back to the old.
instead of giving you to transfer,
Access to.
I'll bring cash to you and say, please have
Just
this.
take this.
Or do some things offline. But even at that, I haven't said that there is a lot of tracking mechanisms that is in place to track some of these.
So also, now this is, we're digressing out of tax. It doesn't mean that we have an opportunity for much more employment, because to track businesses, you need more people, you need more hands. This doesn't mean that we are now going into proper ICT, like whereby we have systems, we have no longer buy around paper and a lot of things. So it doesn't mean that, because we have, obviously, there's the platform. It means you need more experienced people, you need tech gurus to apply these things. Not that I will pay tax today and then one day will tell me that I will not see your tax. So.
Yeah, I think to a large extent, there will be job creation. And even today, we have it. So you see those people that are out of job, the tax consultants that seems not to be having business.
Yeah.
Today, a lot of people get across to them to say, oh, please come and explain this. So there's a lot of things going on now. So people can be engaged. People can be asked to please come and help us explain this to us. Even if you're paying them just for a day to give a lecture on tax reforms and all that. So it will create jobs, and it will also give us visibility, even in the international space. And it's something, and to the economy at large, it helps build resources. It helps us to be able to capture all the leakages that we've had in time past. So, and it will also be transformed into judicious use of other infrastructures that brings growth to the economy.
So I think I have probably just two more questions. How will, is it yearly? Is it 6 months? Is it 3 months? Is it every day? How will the tax be taken from businesses, especially small businesses?
So when the tax form is filled, the assessment period for most companies today, limited liability companies, once a year.
Yeah.
The external auditors come in, review your books and all that. So same thing also may likely apply to small businesses. However, you could help yourself to do a monthly returns. And what it means is they are not even looking for monthly returns the way it is now, because it's as you're getting the withholding tax, you are meant to remit it. And if there is a failure in doing that, you will be taxed for penalty for failing to remit as at when due. So what I would advise small businesses to do is to really go in, study it, and also get some opinions as to how to remit these taxes, both withholding tax, VAT, and all the rest, so that you'll be safe.
So it's actually a lie that if you have a limited liability company as a business and you're not earning above 100 million, you'll not be taxed.
That's not true. That is for small businesses.
Yeah.
For limited liability company, you will be taxed. Anything. That if you're not earning up to 100 million. No, that is. I don't know where it's coming from, but I don't think I've seen that really.
So you as a small business with your business name account that you opened, and you're not earning up to 100 million, they will tax you.
Yeah, if you're not earning up to 100 million, you will not be taxed. You'll be free.
You'll be free.
Yeah, you'll be taxed. There will be tax free. There will be an exemption.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So does that? It's more like a trap, saying that as a small business don't grow more than 100 million.
No, so growth comes with there is cost to growth, responsibility to growth. However, when you grow in trajectory, you'll be happy with yourself that you're growing. Okay. And the tax payment we are doing now, it's a progressive tax. So it helps, and it's just as you scale, then you make your payment.
Okay. Just one final question, and I think I'm done. Yeah. Now, beyond the income tax, as a business, are there other tax that you are exempted from or you are required to pay? Because we have quite a number of tax, but now that everything's being structured to income tax, after I pay my income tax, hope I'm free.
Yeah, somehow, maybe, and maybe not. So for today, you are a business owner and you have your own business. However, there are some that have businesses, yet they work for organizations. For example, I'm working with BudPay. I may have other businesses that brings in money. So those funds must be declared. So, and it will also be taxed. So that is why your declaration, you must be able to declare all that you have or you made.
So you're more like saying there's nothing like a freelancer anymore.
No. even when you work remotely, when you earn income or you work remotely, tax will be paid on it.
Wow. It's good for the economy, right? That we have a lot of influx of money coming from citizens. I just pray that it's actually allocated to what it's meant to be used for.
Yeah, and I think that's a wonderful ending to say that when we have the pool of these funds, it will be galvanized to productive use.
Yes.
That would also go to enhance and better the lives of the citizens.
Yeah.
In such a way that businesses can also thrive, infrastructures be developed, and a lot of things being done with these little resources, in quotes, that we've been able to.
I'm also little. This is not little.
Yeah.
All right. It has been amazing actually. This little chat has been more enlightening because for the past almost 5-6 months, I've been thinking in my mind, like, this 2026, like, that's coming with a lot of bills. But with this little chat, I feel like I am more enlightened, and quite a lot of creatives will be enlightened on how they can work on their tax for 2026. Thank you so much. It's been amazing.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. And I also wish all other small, medium enterprise owners, we also seek guidance, seek knowledge, and then this will go a long way to help them.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.